Hallo Leute, ich heiße Michael. Ich bin ein Amerikaner und ich lese und singe ein Lied für dich. Heute ich habe Geboren von die Fantastic Vier. This is a song that I've known for a very long time. I remember listening to this in high school. It is a great song. Die Fantastic Vier is super. Ich liebe, oh nein, mein Lieblingsgroup ist die Fanta 4. Yeah, there we go. Geboren is just a simple song. I think it's very catchy as well as a song. And so today, that's why I wanted to go over it for American Breaking Down a German Song. So I also want to go over the deutsches Wort des Tages. Naja, das Wort ist geboren. Pretty obvious because the song today is geboren. Geboren ist ein Verb und Hauf ist diesem Lied. Zum Beispiel, ich wurde 1991 geboren. So ja, ich bin 29 Jahre alt. Yeah, geboren I think is a very good word to know. Not that it's a very common German word that you would use all the time, but again, it's a good word to know. So with that, as the Germans say, los geht's. So at the beginning of the song, du wirst geboren, da ist das Licht. Dein erster Tag, verschau das nicht. Dein letzter Tag, du hast versaut und du wirst geboren und das weißt du auch. So again, I kind of know the song already a little bit, so I'm kind of used to the words here. But what it is you are born, there is a light. Your first day, don't mess it up, which I think is kind of hard as a first being born. There's not much you can do. And then the next line is your last day, you messed it up. So because you died, you obviously did something wrong, even though if you live to a ripe old age. But again, that's what they're saying. And you are born, and you know that too, which I'm not sure if you actually know when you are born as a baby. I mean, there's that innate intelligence, but I'm not too sure. And then it goes, und du wirst geboren, was machst draus? Pflanze im Baum, baust ein Haus, siehst dein rein, schaust das raus. Etwas ein und etwas aus. I feel like I said that a little too fast, but pflanzt einen Baum, baust ein Haus, siehst dein rein, schaust das raus. Yeah. And you are born, what do you make of it? Plant a tree, build a house, pull in there, look out there, inhale, exhale. That's one of the German words that is always tricky, is any verb that has beginning part to it that they actually move to different parts. So etwas ein und etwas aus is actually einatmen for inhale and ausatmen, I believe, for exhale. But again, when you use the word, that aus and ein gets sliced off and gets put to different parts. So that's always a tricky part when it comes to the German language. Und du wirst geboren, blaues Blut, Abitur nicht so gut, dank deiner Titel aber schick, gelebt, dick geworden und nichts bewegt. And you are born, blood is blue, school, not so good, thanks for your title, however lives chic, got fat and moved nothing. So we were born, we're still on this trajectory, and we just did absolutely nothing. Und du wirst geboren, kerngesund, siehst zum Sterben keine Grund, dein Erben warten vergebens, denn du wirst geboren und du bleibst am Leben. Und du wirst geboren, kerngesund. Kerngesund, that's a very cool word to know. You are born very healthy, so gesund is your health. So kerngesund is very healthy, which I didn't know that, so that's kind of cool. See no reason to die. Your hairs are waiting in vain because you are born and you stay alive. So because you're staying alive, people are upset. Again, this song is kind of just interesting because it's talking about being born over and over again, which again, I find this song very komisch. And then it goes into like the pre-chorus part. So, wo gehen wir hin? Wo kommen wir hier? Was ist der Sinn? Ist da noch mehr? Gibt's deine Tunnel? Ist dein Licht? Ey Mann, was fragst du mich? Ich weiß es nicht. So, where do we go? Where do we come from? what's even the point, or what's the point, not even the point. Is there more? Is there a tunnel? Is there a light? Hey man, what are you asking me? I don't know. This is one of the old age philosophy questions, like what's the point or what's the meaning of life? And this is kind of getting this whole song into perspective of going through that, asking those questions. And then it says, Und ich atme, 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 atme ein. Und ich atme, 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 atme aus. So again, that's using the aus and ein in that sentence. So, and I breathe, breathe, breathe in, and I breathe, breathe, breathe out. So, I mean, that's one of the main things of life is breathing for humans. I mean, it's just talking about one of the more natural things that we do. So we're taking a breath in, we're taking a breath out, because when we're not able to take that breath in or out anymore, that's typically when we are tot. And so that is not a good thing. All right, so then it goes on to, und der Fürstgeboren, Arsch gesägt. Vater sagt, war ich nicht. Mutter sagt, Pech gehabt, Fettes an und rechten ab. It's always interesting when there's a un in there. It kind of throws me off sometimes. And you were born, ass face. Father says, I wasn't. Mother said, bad luck. Fight it and settle accounts. So you didn't start off on the right course by not having great looks, and both the parents are just saying, oh well. So that's just how life is. You gotta start somewhere. Not everyone starts the same starting point. Und der Fürstgeboren, Mittelstand, 20 Jahre Philipp Blunt, 30 Jahre Titi Blatt, 40 Jahre Nipples up. When you are born, middle class, 20 years, Philly Blunt, I'm not too sure who that is, but 30 years, a title page, 40 years, sipping. So once you hit those 40s, you're kind of starting to get in that decline, so you start sipping on some beverages. Und der Fürstgeboren, unter Wasser, Künstlerkind, unter Wasser, hängst in der Bude, atmen an, hängst im Louvre nach dem Tod. And you are born underwater, so again, being born, you obviously, there's water inside mom, so you're born underwater. You are an artist child, Hunter Wasser, who happens to be a very famous Austria artist, so they just dropped that name in there. Hang in the booth, shortness of breath, hang in the Louvre. So the Louvre, again, that's the famous museum in France where they have all the art areas after death. So the place is massive, so I'm assuming that's kind of a joke that it's so big that you can go there after death and spend plenty of years just going through that place, seeing all these different things. Und der Fürstgeboren, it's a religion, but religion, because I know Germans say it a little bit different. Zonfon, 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 zon. Zonfon, 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 zon. Zonfon, 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 zon. And then it goes back to asking those questions, Vogehen, Virhin. And you are born, religion, from son, from son, from son, from son, repeated. So it's saying that as you're being passed down, just going through the generations of being born. So again, I think this is a very easy song to sing to and to understand. Not all the Fanta Fear songs are that way. Some of their songs are a little bit quicker, but I thought I'd start with one that's a little bit easier, the one I have a little more history on. Again, if you haven't listened to the song, make sure to listen to it. And also, if you haven't subscribed to this page, make sure to like and subscribe to the page. It definitely helps this channel grow. It also helps me because I know if I'm doing the right things. So even just give me some feedback. If there's a song you want me to read or sing or translate, write down in the comments. I'll get to it as soon as I can. I do have a few other songs I want to do first, but again, it's nice to have a list of songs to go off of. So that's all I have for today. Bis spät. Tschüss.